Go.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Sydney. I am the VSFS intern from this year. I'm a student at Washington and Lee University in Lexington, Virginia, in the United States. I'm a senior, so I'm about to graduate at the end of my 4 years here. And today I'm going to be talking to you about identifying campus culture so that when you have to write supplementary essays, you can find specific examples of what the university is like and what it's like to be a student there. So what is campus culture? So basically it's how the university presents itself to the public and what it's like to be a student there. So the feeling of the university, the spirit of the campus, and usually felt by the students who go there, the professors who teach on the campus, the staff who work there and support students, as well as the alumni who have attended the school in the past. And so a lot of things that create a campus culture is things like traditions. So what has happened at that campus over generations, Greek life, so whether or not there's sororities and fraternities on the campus, things like academic standards, so how academically difficult the university is, how much time students spend studying and preparing for exams, as well as other things like class size. So are there large lecture halls or small discussion-based classes? Can you get to know the professor? Do you know the students in your class? Or is it more big lecture halls that you're learning in? And then other more simple things like, are there big football games on the weekend, or are there other smaller events taking place? What is diversity and inclusion like on the campus? And what kind of clubs, organizations, events take place on the campus? And so there are a lot of aspects of universities in the United States that are similar. So like fields of study, so you'll find similar majors at plenty of universities, things like physics, biology, but some universities teach different things. So like medieval and Renaissance studies might be a minor at one university and not at another, as well as sports teams. So what kind of teams are on campus? Do they have football teams, basketball teams, even badminton teams, as well as the clubs and organizations that are offered are sometimes similar, such as like LGBTQ plus organizations are at plenty of college campuses. Latino organizations as well are at many college campuses. But then there's a lot of things that make each university very unique. So like the size, especially the location, is it rural or is it urban? The variety of classes that you can take, what kinds of study abroad programs are offered, and then also some rare and exciting characteristics. So like at Franklin and Marshall College, there are like Harry Potter style housing for freshmen. So when you enter as a freshman, you live, eat, and do activities with your house. You get to know them. You elect leaders. Or at a place like Kenyon College in Ohio, they have a nature preserve and a farm that students can participate in, and also forms what it feels like to be at that campus. And then at a place like Colby College, there is a unique January term where students can take time to study abroad, do research, and become interested in other things they might not usually experience during the normal semester. And so my campus is Washington and Lee University. And so it's in a rural town near Washington, D.C., and it's in Virginia. And a lot of our campus culture is formed by traditions. So things like the speaking tradition. So typically when you pass somebody on campus, you say hello rather than just pass them by. Fancy dress is a big event every year where students can dress up and go to a big event, a ball, and enjoy that night together, as well as the honor system is really unique to Washington and Lee University and allows you to take exams when you choose, as well as leave things in the library and be certain that they won't be stolen because students respect each other and are honorable, and that's something we uphold. And then the social life is really unique. So it's a lot of hard work and a high academic standard, but students also love getting outside, spending their weekends with friends, and enjoying the outing club. And one of the things that stands out most to me about Washington and Lee is the small class sizes and being able to really know your professors and attend events with them, see them outside of a school setting, and also have opportunities in class to express opinion and discuss because of those small class sizes. And so when you're researching campus cultures to find out what that spirit of the university is, you'd want to start with the website and just see what your first impression is of the college. So just make sure that you write down what you first think about that college, what comes to mind. Then following that, looking for student organizations, student-run newspapers, different personal student stories that tell you what it's like to be a student on that campus. And making like pros and cons lists as you go could be really helpful for when you're deciding which colleges you might like. There's also often virtual tours and descriptions of campus life on websites. So don't underestimate how great the website can be to researching that campus, and be sure to explore every facet of the website that is offered. You can also reach out to students or professors if possible. So if there's descriptions of professors on the website, or their emails, or emails of students who are willing to talk to prospective students, you can ask for information about daily campus life, about academic rigor, or what you would want to know about being a student there. You can also search social media. So a lot of universities, organizations will have their own Instagram and social media accounts, where you could even look and see what kind of events they're hosting. You could even message them and ask them what it's like to plan these events. What is it like to attend them? How often are they? And just get a feel for what students are doing with their time. And social media can be very helpful in figuring that out. And so after you've done this research, you've possibly talked to students, maybe emailed a professor or two to see what kind of classes they teach. Identifying what you've learned in your supplementary essays will be really helpful for you and for the admissions officers. So thinking about what stands out to you about the college, what classes you might want to take, which professors you could see yourself learning from and why, and what might you do on that college campus or in the area that the college is in that you couldn't do anywhere else. So if you want to be in a big city, why would you want to attend a college in a city as opposed to a rural area, and what kinds of opportunities would that give you? And so one piece of advice that we definitely hold close is that if you find yourself struggling to find things that you like about a college for a supplementary essay, it's important to step back and reconsider if that college would be the right fit for you, especially if you can't think of reasons why you could see yourself there, or organizations you'd want to be a part of, classes you'd like to take, then maybe it's not the college for you, and you can keep moving on in that search. And just remember to attend webinars when you can, keep up to date with the college's events, with student panels, and speak to current or former students if you can. And so the goal is for your supplementary essays to be so specific to that college that it could not be used for a different college. And finally, it's important to remember that college is what you make it. So even though a college could be described or defined a certain way based on the website, based on student stories, based on what you're seeing about the college online or through word of mouth, it doesn't mean that it is always going to be that way. So college campuses and the students on them are much more complex than they might seem to be on a website. And students at every college come from so many different diverse backgrounds, have so many different interests, and do so many different things with their 4 years on campus. So if you feel like a certain college has some aspects that you don't like, but some aspects that you do like, you'll be able to make the most of your experience there and create your own story at that college. So I encourage you to be very vigilant in your search and talk to students, talk to professors, find out what you might like about a college, and keep that research organized. So, keep documents, things as you continue to go through the search, and be willing to reach out to colleges you might have never even considered before, because they might have things and organizations and people that are really exciting and that you might really like. But yeah, thank you so much. And let me know if you have any questions, or let us know if you would want to learn more about campus culture.